Hello people, it's Blitz here. Welcome back to a new episode of Wild West in Planet Coaster. I would like a picture of my skull. We'll make that a little later on. In the meantime, I've done the third station. It comes round from where we left off, from the log flume. And it goes round in a circle up to the edge of the map. Where the plan was to build the rail circuit going through the mountain, and you can see the track on the edge of a cliff face where you've got water coming down from the side, so it looks like it's going to go through a bit of a waterfall on the edge of a lake, on the edge of a cliff. And I was going to do the same with the station, have the station inside the cliff face, but I've changed my mind on that one. I'll do that on another map. I decided to make the station out of logs and have it to the side, like in between the mountain. So it's just going to build where the mountain needs to be, or the cliff face needs to be. Don't worry, we'll tunnel it out in a second. Just want to make sure it's the right width, because I want certain parts of it to come down in front of the track. So as open, so you can see the train go past. And then we have obviously the water coming down as well in front of that. It's all good fun. Bit difficult to make, I have to say that. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, that don't look too bad. I just got to click on the station. I don't know what station's what. No, that's not that one. That one. No. I'll try the third one. Get there in the end. Funny thing is, after I make all these stations, no one wants to go on a ride. Bit daft, isn't it? Now I find this a bit of a pain. Could work out what's going on here. The building wanted to highlight. Tried to add these floor pieces to it, and it's just refusing to highlight. And I thought, what's going on here? I've got the building panel open, and it says no, 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 no. And you obviously got to put in a certain object to make it highlight as a building set. I don't know if it's a bug in the game or I know it's intentional by Frontier. I mean, when you're on the building page, you think, okay, whatever items in this building I should be able to just use, and it should just connect to the station, and we should just be able to build, and no problem. But it don't work that way, I've got to say. I mean, in the end, I just use a brick wall piece at the bottom. I don't really want to use what's saying brick wall, it's a wooden piece. What's the western wall? Well, I thought, okay, if that's how it's going to be, I'll have to use that. Now I can always hide it. I thought, okay, we'll leave it. It's not a problem. Okay, now I've got the foundation in for the train station. We'll come back to that later. And we'll carry on with the sculpting of the terrain for the time being. So what I've done, I've put stairs in at the back and a path going underneath, as I said I would. It's not exactly how I want it to be. The actual ride needs to be higher, but that's life. Should have thought about that bit earlier. Should have done the path first and put the station on top. But yeah, I know we'd get around it. We sort of dug a hole in the ground, sort of go down and go up. Now I want to get the old boulders in, the rock formation. As I said, as you come down with a train, you've got openings in the cliff face. You can look out. And we get the old boulders to do that. I look better, got a bit more features. Got to figure out a way to highlight the tunnel. And on top, we'll build it up slowly, and we'll have waterfalls. A lake, waterfalls on top, water falling down, coming past the train, and then going down to a pool below. So it's all starting to come on quite nicely. Just trying to think what I could put in there. I may put like a fishing decky, fishing wolf or something at a later date. I'm not quite sure yet. Do something with that boat. Just fill up the scenery. I also want to get the some pools coming down the front, and as we used these before, they're quite good as long as we can hide the surround. I suppose we could ask Frontier to make one which is it's got water in and it's got an invisible surround. But I think, well, we'd be asking too much, considering everyone's asked for a waterfall. I suppose it's a bit of a pity that they're a different colour. Can't be perfect. I suppose in some ways it's not so bad. Adds a bit of different colour to a map. So there's a way I've done the railway with a figure eight. And as I said, I think in episode 1, 2 or maybe 3. And the plan was to have the water come down from the mountain. Now ideally I should have done what I did, well, set out a map in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Done the map first, done all the terrain editing first before I actually built the park, because in the real world this water should be coming down a hill slowly, but I ain't done that. I just got it high one end and coming down, well, all flat. But that's life, can't complain. But there we go, it's not bad setup. Now on this left hand side of the path we'll have another lake, and we're going to have a roller coaster go flying down through the floor. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, and I want it to go in the centre of the lake and hopefully look like it's got water flying down a hole at the same time. Okay, I start the boating. A little boat at the top. Now I've got to do some work inside the tunnel. Looks a bit scary when the train's coming down. You've got to imagine all the water falling down the left hand side as you're going down the train. This if anyone ever gets on the train, that is. Bit of a Niagara Falls, try and make it. So the train now works. Now it was a bit odd. I don't know what you got to do. There's obviously something where you do a test run. I think the train had to do about 20 laps before it decided to actually come up saying, okay, done the test. People were so happy. Now my train ride, even though it's lovely in size, only gets a rating of 3. Really low. A bit poor really. So I don't know if how much I can alter it to change it. Problem is the game's been set up, well, the train ride's been set up like if it was like a go-kart or a racing track. And if you want to use it as I've done as a normal train stop, the rating really don't make no difference. It's not supposed to be exciting. It's just supposed to be a train ride and takes you A to B. And I don't know if because it's in red and it's got a rating of 3, no one wants to get on it. I don't know. I can't tell. Not about destroying it and making it again and see if anyone wants to get on it. I'm not going to do that. If no one wants to get on it, fine. It can just stay as it is, going round in circles. Now the other thing I noticed with the train Now I've got the track finished. This has been stated since 2016. You've got more than one train, they catch up with each other, and it just stops altogether. Now I've got one train, and it goes around, no problem. But I think Frontier, they need to change the way, or rather make it as a ride, or making it as an attraction. Because having the option to have it as a ride, as such, obviously like I've got here, it's got 3 stops. It's making it foul, and they've not fixed it since 2016. It's obviously a bigger bug and they can't fix. So I need to rather split it up so it's actually a ride or an attraction to solve the problem altogether. But I have no plans to remove this station or the rail track as it is. If it don't work, it don't work. Simple as that. Okay, let's move on. Let's get these bits in the tunnel done. Still not quite sure what lights to put in now. I ain't quite worked it out yet. Problem with terrain editor, sometimes it gets a bit carried away, goes over places you don't want it to go. Otherwise it's all coming on quite nicely. Well, at least it didn't cave in on the train. What can we say? Bit of luck there. Okay, let's move on. Let's get some greenage in. So pity we ain't got enough flowers, shrubs, rocks. I might put a few of the grey rocks in. And maybe a few of the other flowers. It's a theme park at the end of the day. It's not real. Then again, we could be somewhere in Arizona, I suppose. And I could always say to myself, well, it's still a theme park. We buy stuff around the world these days. Always good with a bit of colour added. I did actually have just a thought on the train. And I said it took about 20 runs to get a rating up. Well, when I think about it, when I had 3 trains going around, it never got a rating. And when it crashed, the train stopped working. I said, okay, I'll make it 1 train. And when it was 1 train, then it got the rating. So it don't actually work with a rating. Obviously it doesn't come up if you've got more than 1 train. Which is bizarre, so it does on all the other rides. If you've got roller coaster, got more than, or the log flume, if you've got more than 1 carrier going around, works no problem. So in theory that's another train bug. Frontier nearly gets sorted. As I was building up here, I thought to myself, I wonder, should I try and do a skull? The funny thing is, when I actually set out to do the skull, or with my cowboy hat on, I just thought of it do a bit of fun. As time was going by, I was looking at it, I thought, I mean, I've been 3 hours trying to make this skull. And in the end, it come out fairly okay. And I thought, oh, well, I'll keep it. And then it's slightly to the left, and we'll see that in the next episode as we make it. Not over 3 hours, mind you. We do cut it down to about 5 minutes. But it was good fun, quite funny really, as I was making it, and I'm still thinking about doing other silly things to it. So there we got so far the start of the waterfalls. Make use of some of these pools. All good fun getting these in. But just try and get in some places just can't make one out of the terrain. It's too difficult. I did try to put several here together, but that just made off even more problems, because obviously you get the surround going through the other one and it shows up. So trying to move it out of the way. And it just goes on and on. What to do next? So that's the start. Got lots more to do. Lots more water falling, that is. I think it's looking too bad so far. Pleased with that. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next part, and I'll leave some pictures of what we've done as a recap. In the meantime, blitz out, have fun all.